John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, over here at the Cumulon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. We often say people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we say as well that we show that we care by the things that we do. And today, once again, as you notice, I'm always focusing on building one another, collaborating, and considering others as well as yourself. And let's get rid of the me syndrome. Me. It's not always all about you. The world don't have to evolve around you. Let's let it evolve around others this time. Okay? Thank you. And I ran into a fellow businessman today, Big Ken, which is at Ken's Barbecue over on Gratiot, just as you cross 8 Mile next door to the Dollar Tree. And Ken has pretty good barbecue himself. And as you all know, I kind of take a little pride in myself of barbecuing. I do a little bit. I tell him I do a little something. I don't claim to be the best, but I hope what I do, people enjoy it. And just speaking with Ken today, and we tease one another. I was trying to get in before he got in because I didn't want him to buy all the ribs, and he was trying to get there before I got there because he didn't want me to buy all the ribs. And as well, I want to make mention that, cooperation makes good business. And every now and then I go by there and I get some of Ken's barbecue. He have some nice street corn, uh, as well a host of sides and desserts. And you can go in there and get a complete meal. And like I say, even though I barbecue myself, it's not all about me. We do what we can to help one another. And that's what makes the world go round, working with each other. When he's not doing something, I'm doing something. And when I'm not, he's doing something. And I often say that, if I'm not barbecuing, go by and see him if you got a taste for barbecue. And if he's not barbecuing and I'm barbecuing, come by and see me. I really would appreciate it. I'm located here at 7701 Harper on the east side. That's right off of Van Dyke and Harper at the Cumulon Village. And I would like to say that we do a pretty decent barbecue as well. So we're not in competition with one another. We work with one another. So let's stay focused and practice collaborating with each other, lifting each other up. Remember, I often talk about the craft syndrome. So we're going to flip the strip on that. Instead of pulling them back down, we're going to try to push them out the barrel so we can get more out of the barrel and more reaching in the barrel to pull more out so that we can build and be able to work with one another. Because as long as there's one, two, or three of us, that's one, two, or three more that can do something else. And one day, we never know when the opportunity might present itself. But when it do, if we 5 people strong, 10 people strong, 20 people strong, or even 100 people strong, together we stand, divided we fall. So if we become that strong, we can get together and make some changes in this world. We can make some things happen. And I often tell people as well, there's a winemaker, Paul Masson, said he will serve no wine before his time. So speaking about time, I often use that phrase, but I tell people nothing is going to happen until it's time. When it's time for you to get up in the morning, you get up. When it's time to go to bed, you go to bed. When it's time for breakfast, time for lunch, time for dinner, there's a time for everything. There's a time for building, working with one another. You can't do it all the time, but when time presents itself, take advantage of the time and do what you need to do. Work while it's day, because at night, no man should be working. So let's focus on that, the time. Sometimes we have a tendency to wonder, well, can I do this? Can I do that? Well, you can do a lot of things if it's time. And if you don't have a job, you can't, a whole lot of things you cannot do. Let's just use for an example, you may be in the market and you want to buy a house or even a car or something of that sort. And if you don't have a job, I wouldn't think that it would be the right time for you to be thinking and focusing on trying to buy a house or a car at that particular time, because if you don't have a job, you're not earning any kind of pay. So how are you going to pay for it? We always want, but we have to prepare ourselves to do different things. You know, I've seen people in a sense where they had a few dollars, and I would always say that their eyes is bigger than their pocket in a sense. I've also heard people say that they have Budweiser money, but they got champagne eyes or taste. They want the nicer things in life, even though they can't afford it. There's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't want nicer things in life. You should, but you should focus on what do you have to do to get them. Are you gonna be slick about it, doing the slick stuff? You're thinking about selling drugs, because even selling drugs, it's good money, but if you get caught, you go to jail. So I've always looked at things like that and had opportunities, but I never would jump off into that or try to take advantage of that fast money, because I didn't want to go to jail. I didn't want to take a chance on making that money and doing what I thought I wanted to do and enjoy it for a month or two. And if you're really lucky, maybe 3 months, 4 months, or a year. But sooner or later, it comes to an end. So you have to go by doing things the right way and focus on, go to work, get you a real job, get you job that you can earn a decent salary. You want to pay taxes so they can take out your Social Security. You want a pension. You want that 401(k) or 401(k) or whatever that is. Save money, prepare for that rainy day. So when you get old enough, you'll be able to have a little nest egg to sit on when that time comes. That's what I mean about time. There's a time and a place. Today is time to work and prepare and to get things together. And then later on in life, you can reap the benefits. You can sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And just stay focused. Look out and see who can you help. You don't have to go around just looking and looking, but there's always somebody that needs help. There's somebody that just needs an encouraging word. My mother would always tell me, John, you can do it. I said, Mama, you can do it. Just try it. Sometimes we beat ourselves up and knock ourselves out of the box because we have so much fear of failure. But you can't fail if you don't never put forth an effort to do anything. And who says you're going to fail? You never know. Once you put forth your best effort, in some cases, if you didn't go to school, you couldn't graduate. And if you didn't go to school and graduate from school, you wouldn't be able to go to college. And you couldn't go to college unless it's a one step at a time. You put one foot in front of the other one. And everything, even in life, one step at a time. Back to time. That's time again. So we have to focus on time, doing things on time, being on time. And I'm often talking about your word. When you tell someone that you're going to do something, by all means do it. You know, you say that I'll be here at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock comes, you know where to be found. 12:15, 12:30, 1 o'clock, you know where to be found. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, then maybe you come straggling in. Well, today I kind of experienced something similar to that because I had some customers that would always tell me, I'm on my way. And I'll sit and I'll wait for them an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes 4 hours later would come. So today, and they did that for quite a few times, many of times. But today they called me and told me that they was on their way. And I thought about it and I told my partner here, one of the workers, Elder Piaki, I told him, I said, come on, let's go. He said, well, didn't you tell that customer that you was gonna wait for them? I said, yeah, but I said, I always do it. I always tell them. I said, but they always tell me that they're on their way and they don't never get here until 2, 3 hours later. I said, so when they said they're on their way, I said, the chances are they may not even show up until about 2, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. And just as we was getting ready to leave and I was walking out getting in the car, they pulled up and I turned, we laughed about it. They actually said, where are you going? I told you I was on my way. I said, but how many times have you told me that? So you have to be careful when you're telling people I'm on my way or I'm going to do this at this time or that time, and don't do it because they get so used to you not doing it that when they really need you on time, you won't be there. And it's no one's fault but yours because you have to become that person, that man of your word, that woman of your word. Be about it. Don't talk about it. Do what you say. I often tell people that you hear what I say, but watch what I do. And I become the person that I am today. I'm known as a man of his word. I practice what I teach, and I won't tell you to do anything that I won't do or attempt to do or try to do myself. So let's be mindful, let's stay focused, and remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. And that way you won't go too far wrong. Remember, lift each other up, speak to people. You know, it don't hurt you to say hello. It won't hurt you to tell your wife you love her, your girlfriend, your best friend, your sisters and brothers from time to time. Let them know. And most of the time when I'm doing this broadcast, sometimes I think about it after the fact. But they say it's better late than never. So today, I want to take a few minutes out and take this time, back to time, remember time, and take this time in particular to say that I appreciate London Doris Washington and her crew for being able to work with me, encourage me, and to push me to doing these broadcasts when there's a lot of times I really don't feel like it. There's a lot of times when I be so busy and I just have to stop doing what I'm doing. But you don't never know what you're doing for someone. So once again, I appreciate the network for being there for me and working with me. So remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And they know that you care by the things that you do. So remember, you're listening to John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, over here at the Alcumalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one. One brick, one building, one block at a time. Have a great day, and thank you for listening. Hey, this is John the Barbecue Man over on Harper Van Dyke. You know what I always say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And me and my main man, Big Ken, on Gratiot. What side of the street, Ken?
8 Mile and Gratiot. On Gratiot, past 8 Mile.
Yep, and he got the next famous barbecue to me. You know, I will say that. That's only natural.
That's right.
But you know, he's good. I'm the bar. He's bad. That's all I got to say. Y'all make sure y'all come see him. Big Ken on Gratiot, right across 8 Mile. And then when you can't get to him, come see me on Van Dyke and Harper.
Absolutely.
John the Barbecue Man.
I'm going today.
All right. Have a go.
All right, for sure.
Right.
Y'all be good.
Take care, bro.
Akubalon Village presents youth field trip events Fridays 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. ages 5 to 17. $10 per person. Minimum 10, max 15. Saturdays and Sundays 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. $200. Minimum 10, max 15. Includes a Kubalon special, hot dogs, chips, and punch. Akubalon Village's activities and amenities: air hockey, pool table games, video games, foosball, karaoke, movies, TV, cafe. Located at 7701 Harbor Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, 48213. For more information or to schedule, call 313-921-1616. 313-921-1616. Credit cards, checks, cash apps, and Zelle accepted. It's our pleasure to serve you. Culinary pleasure. Have your next social event here at Akubalon Village. Recreation, Entrepreneur Cafe. Culinary pleasure. Recreation, education, culture. For more information, call 313-921-1616. 313-921-1616. John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.